Oxford Read and Discover, Level 6, Helping Around the World by Sarah Medina. Read by Laurel Lefkoe. Published and copyright Oxford University Press, 2010. Introduction. All around the world, people help each other. Many people, like doctors and teachers, have jobs that help others. They are paid money for their work. Lots of people give their time freely to do work to help others. They are called volunteers. What are these people doing? Do you know people who do work to help others? Are there volunteers where you live? What do they do? Would you like a job that helps others?
Discover!
Now read and discover more about helping around the world. Chapter 1. Caring for Others. It's wonderful to care for a sick child who needs help. It's amazing to save someone's life. Many people do jobs that care for others. Doctors and nurses. Workers like doctors and nurses are very important. They help people to stay healthy, and they care for people who are sick. Doctors often work in clinics or hospitals, and they find out why people are sick and help them to get better. Some doctors, called surgeons, do difficult operations. Nurses work with doctors. They give medication and care for sick people and their families. In some schools, there's a nurse to help children who are sick or who have an accident. Helping people through life. The people who bring babies into the world are called midwives. They also help the baby, mother, and father to be well in hospital or at home. Children and adults get help from doctors and nurses in schools, clinics, and hospitals. They can have vaccinations, and they can learn about being healthy. They can also go to the dentist to care for their teeth and mouth.
Discover!
Every year, about 130 million babies are born around the world. That's about 250 babies every minute of every day. It's important to stay healthy. We should care for our body from when we are young to when we are old. If we eat well and walk or do sport, we probably won't get sick very often. We can help ourselves to stay healthy. Others can help us too, if we are sick or disabled, or if we have an accident. When people are old, sick, or disabled, they often need help with cooking, cleaning, shopping, washing clothes, and taking medication. They can get help at home from other people in the family or from care workers. Sometimes they have to live in a care home. When people are going to die, they sometimes stay in a hospice. Hospice workers can help people a lot at the end of their life. Voluntary work. In many countries, the government helps to care for people. Governments give money to workers like doctors and nurses. Sometimes, when there isn't enough money, more help is needed. More help is needed after an emergency, too. Volunteers give this help. Anyone can do voluntary work. Volunteers can be young or old. Many volunteers work with charities that help people all around the world. Some doctors and nurses fly thousands of kilometers to do voluntary work in another country. They work in hospitals or clinics for many weeks or months. They sometimes give vaccinations so that people do not get serious diseases.
Discover!
Every year in the USA, about 62 million people do voluntary work. About 8 million volunteers are 16 to 24 years old.